Dear students, today we are going to learn a second part of our fifth unit of programming with Python, that is object oriented programming in Python. Okay, and our today's topic is method overloading and overriding plus data hiding and data abstraction. Okay, so we'll start. So what is method overloading? So, like other languages, C++, Python does not support method overloading. Okay, by default. So Python directly not supported the method overloading. You have to apply some tricks, and according to it, you are going to overload that particular method. Okay, but there are different ways to achieve that method overloading in Python. The problem with method overloading in Python is that we may overload the method but can only use the latest defined method. Means when if you are specifying a method and afterwards when again we are specifying the method with the same name, so it is override because it is directly access the latest method, not a previous method. So that's why it is overloaded. Okay, so how to achieve that overloading we'll see this example. Okay, so now we are specifying a method product. Okay, here we have passing the parameter a and b. We are multiplying the value of a and b. Okay, and storing the result in p. Okay, and after that we are printing a p. Okay, afterwards again we are specifying the same method name, and here we are passing the three parameters, that is a, b, c, and afterwards we are multiplying the three parameters and collected the result in a p variable. Okay, and afterwards we are printing the value of p. Afterwards when we are passing the parameter like 4, 5, 5, okay, means we are passing three values, then it is going to show you the result 100. Means why 100? Because 4 into 5, that is 20, and 20 into 5, that is 100. So it is going to show you 100. But if now see the last line of that this example, that is product, we are specifying the method product and passing two parameters, that is 4 and 5. Okay, now here we are passing two parameters only. When when we are using means when we are using this method in C++, so it is going to directly call the product which is having two parameters, but Python is not supported this or we can say this approach. Okay, when we are passing the two parameters, so it is directly show you an error because the latest product method is having three parameters, and if you are passing only two parameters, so it is going to show you an error. It is not going to call the previous product method which is having two parameters, right? So it is directly going to show you an error. So how to achieve a method overloading in Python? So see this example, how to achieve. You have to use a multiple dispatch decorator. Multiple dispatch decorator can be installed by pip3 install multiple dispatch. Okay, so you have to install it. Okay, and afterward use see this example, from multiple dispatch import dispatch. We are directly importing the dispatch. Okay, using this dispatch we are directly specifying the number of parameter which we want. Okay, afterward we are specifying the method, that is product. Okay, and we are specifying the parameters first and second. We are storing the result of first and second parameters, so multiplication and result, and we are going to print the result. Similar way we are creating the second method and third method. Here we are passing three parameters. Okay, and storing result in a result variable, and directly going to print the result. Okay, in third method we are storing the three parameters which having the float data. Okay, and we are going to multiply it, and again storing result in result variable, and again we are going to print it. Okay, when we are calling a method with three parameters like 2, 3, 2, so it is going to show you the result 12. when you are passing 3 parameters but it is having float value, so it is going to call the method which is having 3 parameters and its type of data is float. So it is going to call that particular product method and it is going to multiply it and it is going to show you an result, that is 17.98 and something, whatever it is. So this way you can use or you can achieve the method overloading in Python. Next is method overriding. Method overriding is an ability to any object oriented programming language that allow a subclass or a child class to provide a specific implementation of a method that is already provided by one of its superclasses or parent classes. When a method in a subclass has the same name, same parameter or a signature or the same return type or subtype as a method in its superclass, then the method in a subclass is said to be override the method in the superclass. The version of the method that is executed will be determined by the object that is used to invoke it. If an object of a parent class is used to invoke the method, then the version of the parent class will be executed. If the object of the subclass is used to invoke the method, then the version of child class is going to be executed. Let's see the example so you will get a clear idea. Okay. See here, we are what we can say. We are created 2 classes. First one is animal, second one is dog, and we are using same method. Okay. So here when you are using move, okay, and eat method, okay, in dog, so it is directly going to override the move and move method of animal class. Okay, so when you are going to call a move, so it is not going to call by animal class. Okay, so we'll see this example. When we are specifying 2 classes, so I have taken 2 classes, that is parent and child. Okay, in first class I am going to initialize that particular class. Okay, and I am creating a method that is show. It is going to show the value of that particular what we can say, that particular class. Okay, and again I have done the same procedure in child. Okay, so here also I have create a constructor for that particular child class. Then I am specifying the method show in child class also. When I am creating the object, that is object 1 for parent class and object 2 for child class, when I am going to use the show method, so object 1 is going to show the method of parent class and object 2 is showing the method of child class. So it is going to directly print inside the parent and inside the child. So this way you can achieve method overriding in Python. Next is data hiding. So data hiding means making the data private so that it will not be accessible to the other class members. It can be accessed only in the class where it is declared. In Python, we want to hide the variable. Then we need to write a double underscore. We have to specify the double underscore before any variable. So it is going to be hide from the users. Okay. So we'll see the example. So see this example here, number variable. So before specifying the variable name, we are directly use double underscore. So number data type, number variable is going to be hide from other users. Okay. So when we are now in this my class, I am using a method add. Okay. In this method, I am going to add a with a number that is having value 10, and I am going to print that particular sum. Okay, so when I am creating object OB and I am assigning the class, okay, and then I am using a method add, okay, and passing the parameter 20, so it is going to be add with 10 and it is going to show you result 30, but it is also going to show you an error because the num variable is hidden and it is not going to be displayed. So that's why it is going to show you a trackback error. Okay, so it is directly show you data hiding. Okay, file name, okay, and specifying the line number also. So this way we can achieve a data hiding in Python. Next is data abstraction. Basically, abstraction focuses on hiding the internal implementation of a process or method from the user. In this way, the user knows what he is doing but not how the work is being done. It is directly hidden from the end users. Okay, it is going, they are not able to know what is going to be work behind the program. Okay, so for example, the people do not think of a car, see this example, do not think of a car as a set of thousands of individual parts. Instead they see it is well defined object with its own unique behavior. This abstraction allow people to use a car to drive without knowing the complexity of the part from the car. They can ignore the details how the engine, transmission and braking system works. Instead they are free to utilize the object as a whole. A powerful way to manage abstraction is through the use of hierarchical classification. This allows us to breaking them into a more manageable pieces. From the outside, a car is a single object. Once inside, you see that car is consist of several subsystems like steering, brake, sound system, seat belts, etc. In turns, each of these subsystem is made up of smaller units. This is made up of smaller unit. Okay, so how to achieve the abstraction in Python? To declare the abstract class, we firstly need to import the ABC module. Let us look an example. Okay, so import ABC module. Okay, and create a class. Okay, and in parentheses you have to specify the module name, that is ABC, and specify the abstract method. Here the abs underscore class is the abstract class inside which the abstract method or any other sort of method can be defined. We cannot create instance of the abstract class. This is the what we can say major instruction. Okay, we cannot create an instance of an abstract class. We cannot create an object for the abstract class. Okay, it raises an error. So we'll see the abstract class method, how to create an abstract class. Okay, so import ABC module, okay, and abstract method, then create an abstract class. In parentheses specify the abstract method module, that is ABC. Okay, define method. Okay, and while defining method, use abstract method @abstract method. So it is also specifying the ABS method, the ABS underscore method, that is abstract method. Okay, single method, it is a normal definition of method, and ABS underscore method, it is a abstract method of that particular class. Here the method is a normal method, and whereas ABS underscore method is an abstract method implementing abstract method from the ABC module. Okay, so now we are going to see the detailed example. Here we have created the ABS class. Okay, and we are specifying the abstract method also, that is a task. Okay, print method is normal method and task method is abstract method. Then again we are creating test class, and here task is also a normal method. Then again we are creating example underscore class, it is also an related to abstract class, and we are specifying the task method, this is also a normal method. So when we are creating an object, that is test underscore object from test class, and when we are going to print a task. Okay, so what's the result when we are going to print a task? It is going to print we are inside the class, okay, or we are inside the test class task, okay. Then again in other example, when we are creating an example underscore object, okay, and we are assigning the class name example underscore class, then we are assigning a task, when we are calling a task and we are going to just print the object, so it is going to print, okay, that particular value of that task, that is we are inside the example class task, okay. And after we are specifying two print statement, object, that is test object is an instance of a abstract class, and second one is a example object is an instance of a abstract class. सो इस इंस्टेंस मेथड हम लोग यूज़ करके फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं आर दे आर अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर abstract class or not. If it is existing, so it is showing the boolean value that is true, or either it is show the false value. So this is the output of that particular program. So it will first show when we are going creating test object for a test class, so it show you an message that is we are inside the test class task. Then when you are passing the value, so it is directly going to print 100. Then afterwards it when you are executing in an example class, so task method, okay, so it is going to print we are inside the example class task and we are passing the value 200. Afterwards you are specifying whether test object is an instance of a test class, then it is going to show you an boolean value result, that is true or false. And afterwards for the example object also you are checking it is an instance of an abstract class or not, so then also you are going to get the result true, because it is a instance of a abstract class. So this is enough with this video. Thank you guys.